All right, we are live. One interesting thing that happened yesterday is that we are now starting to get comments on the stream. So let's figure out how to add comments section so I can just see how can I get notified in OBS when I have a new comment on my YouTube stream. Surprisingly elegant one setup. Okay. Also, we will again look for ideas, see what's happening. Okay, right here we're working on something around BCI. This is actually interesting. If we actually buy a device, and I keep that device on my head and then I'm looking, I think one thing I've realized for myself is that at least among my, I won't say among my friends or among the people that I hang out physically over here, I'm definitely very visually inclined. I'm very stimulated by aesthetics, and that's not very common with the people I hang out. But then there are a few people and I think that's also interesting, maybe on the internet, maybe on Twitter, because I care much more about it. I'm able to, my feed shows me more of that. This is again like what do we call that, self-fulfilling prophecy, or I think there's a better term for that, which is if I am into aesthetics, if I'm into visual aesthetics, if I start showing the algorithm that, oh, I really like this, it will show me more of that. And now, because we spend so much time online, in my head, in my mind, it feels so weird when nobody's reacting to it. Like I was hanging out with my friends and I was like, it was so weird for me. I'm like, why are you guys not reacting to this beautiful aesthetics? Because online on Twitter, the feed is self-fulfilling. The fact that, oh, it's showing me more and more of this, it's making really common for me to view highly aesthetic photos and designs and branding and all those kind of things, and then also connecting with other people who are also reacting to it, like, this is sick, this is so good, this is beautiful, stuff like that it becomes so common in my head. And then when I don't see that same reaction with people when I hang out physically, I just go like, oh, is there something wrong over here? What is happening? By the way, you can see the new dishwashing soap over here. We got a new dishwashing soap. That's pretty cool. We can hide things behind the plant if we don't want it to be shown on the stream. The paper towel has been moved back. Little tiny experiments. Okay. Thought experiment simulator experience classical. So this is actually interesting. Chinese room. Yeah, this got us into a nice rabbit hole. Neural response tracking shows emotion versus rational processing. Will to power biofeedback. Track similar to creative energy states throughout your day. The app good to gamify building momentum, self-overcoming goals with visual feedback resembling. Wow. Will to power biofeedback. Build it. I think again, this is something interesting. Sahil Bloom was talking about this, that when you can build anything with all these tools, when you can one shot and build anything, I finally understood the meaning of one shot. The one shot meaning is basically just wipe coding with one prompt, and that's one shot. And we are actually getting to a point where that one shot is actually, like, we have already tested this. The one shot is already working, and it's really cool. It designs in the most scrappiest way, or let's say it's a minimum viable product. It actually gets to a minimum viable product, maybe even beyond that. And then you can play with the design. You can be like, hey, make it DRAM style, make it Steve Jobs style, something like that. So that is very interesting. I finally understood the meaning of one shot. It's not even touching the code. It is, can you go from a normal English prompt to a final working app? And sometimes you don't even have to specify how to solve the problem. You just say, solve this problem. All right. This is again really cool. Claude is understanding the designs that I'm really into. So it has the glow effect, it has the thermal imaging effect. Okay, what do we have now? this is the EEG, become who you are, neural biofeedback system. So yeah, this is something Sahil Bloom was talking about, that when you can build anything, you want to be careful. You want to be focusing on things that you truly want to build, one or two things where you truly want to focus on. But you got to do a bunch of experiments. You got to run a bunch of experiments to see where it can take you, and what, because imagination is limited. Our imagination is limited, and the thing that we want to work on is expanding our imagination. Let's ask Claude that. By the way, don't rebuild something. I'll look into it. Give me 5 to 10 app ideas that most people won't even imagine building. Argument Decay Tracker. You log disagreements with people in your life. The app tracks how long until you've forgotten what you were angry about, reveals patterns in what triggers lasting versus fleeting conflict, and eventually shows you that most things you thought were important disputes became irrelevant within days. And I think this is amazing what we are doing now. You come up with an idea, and this thing one-shots it. This is amazing. You don't even tell how to solve the problem. You don't even have to imagine. It looks into, because it is more smarter, it is more intelligent. It can look at how all the various ways it can synthesize the dots. We can do some interdisciplinary things as well. And I think building is very interesting. Building is interesting because now you're moving away from ideas and philosophy this is important. It's really important to turn philosophy into products. It's really important to turn philosophy into products, because you can go from ideas to products, and products to systems. And at the end of the day, systems with the right incentives of every player is a better way to align people than just convincing them of these complex ideas. Wow. And I think Claude Artifact is pretty cool over here, because Claude Artifact, what it shows us to do is, you don't have to deploy it. You can keep sharing the ideas. You don't have to deploy, think about a website, think about Netlify, all that stuff. You can just share. You can just share your stuff. I think one thing that Claude should really do well is over here with, what Claude should do really well is, actually allow, it's like similar to what Farcaster is doing with mini apps. That's exactly what Claude should do with artifacts. Claude should think about artifacts as a way to help people test their ideas before thinking that if they should further invest in this idea further or not. So they are already doing it, but really think about this, that okay, users are now using Claude Artifact as a way to quickly build things and share with people and start testing that, okay, what do you think about this? Would you use this product? Stuff like that. If people are if they are getting more and more views, that means that, okay, now we can actually start deploying that, turning this into a proper product and stuff like that. I'm really curious actually. What is the usage of Claude Artifact? Oh, it's a better question for Grok, because you got the Twitter data. What is the usage of Claude Artifacts? Most of the feature introduced with Claude 3.5 Sonnet 24 significantly expanded through 2025. Wow, 24, okay. They let Claude create, show, and let you interact with substantial standalone pieces of content in a dedicated preview window. right next to the chat instead of just dumping long code. By the way, we need to tweet this thing, this idea that we had in mind. Also, this is pretty cool. Never trust a thought that occurs to you indoors. Oh my god. My entire thing is playing with thoughts indoors. So, Nietzsche, sorry. Hopefully it works. Prediction market surveillance system. Insider threat detection, target acquisition, enter market ID. The rise of prediction markets is increasingly incentivizing insiders to leak private knowledge into public pricing mechanisms. I just love how it sounds. Stripe Atlas RAB 2025. What Claude Code is truly doing is it's allowing philosophers, people who are good thinkers, to turn their ideas, their complex ideas, into products, and further turning those products into systems. Because at the end of the day, not everyone wants to engage and try to engrok the complex ideas. People just want to do their thing. And the best way to influence is build a system where all the participants are incentivized to do the right thing. So for the thinkers, now they have the ability to build products and then systems to incentivize and align people in the right direction. And for people, they can now easily follow things. Whoa. Whisperflow is like you're saying too much. Claude Code. I like this, like how you can get a rough piece over here by writing, and then you can start refreezing it, because you pretty much got, because of this friction that you have to type. Sometimes what happens is that you're trying to make your language really formal, but when you speak, your language is how you think. So that's pretty good. What Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers, thinkers, to turn their ideas, their complex ideas, into products, and further turning those products into systems. At the end of the day, not everyone wants to engage. Okay, I tried to improve my. At the end of the day, not everyone wants to engage and try to grok the complex ideas. People just want to do their thing. People just want to do. People just want to do their thing. People just want simplicity. The best way to influence is to build a system where all the participants are incentivized to do the right thing. Align, influence, or align is to build a system where all the participants are incentivized to do the right thing. So for the thinkers, now they have the ability to build products, and then systems to incentivize the right direction of people. They can easily follow things. Okay, let's remove that. That is just nouvelle article pour bénéficier de nouvelles options de mise en forme. What Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers, thinkers, system thinkers, to turn their ideas, their complex, turn their ideas. What is philosophy? You just get a little bit slow, The hard philosophy is a discipline that tackles nice, deep questions, abstract ideas. Wow. Okay, that's good. Truly allowing philosophers to tone their turn their abstract ideas into products, and further turning those products into systems. At the end of the day, system thinkers. Okay. On reality, knowledge, reason, values, minor language, using careful thinking and argument rather than experiments or simple opinion. Because like if you look at Nietzsche, if you can do both, if you can only write think deeply about philosophy, but also keep testing quickly that philosophy into the real world. Have your philosophy have contact with reality. Have your philosophy have contact with reality. You are able to better improve, you get better feedback, and you're actually able to test your philosophy further and not go into the wrong direction. What Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers, system thinkers to turn their abstract ideas into products and further turning those products into systems. It's truly doing is allowing philosophers, system thinkers to easily turn their abstract ideas into products and further turning those products into systems. At the end of the day, not everyone wants to engage and try to grok the complex. Not everyone wants to engage and try to tackle the deep questions, tackle the complex questions. The deep questions, tackle the deep questions. People just want to live. People just want to do their thing. So the best way to influence or align. So the best way to influence or align everyone is to build a system. Align everyone is to build a system where all the participants are incentivized to do the right thing. What Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers, system thinkers to turn their abstract ideas into products and further turning those products into systems. At the end of the day, not everyone wants to engage and try to tackle the deep questions. People just want to do their thing. So the best way to align everyone is to build a system where all the the best way to align everyone is to enable What Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers, system thinkers to quickly turn their abstract ideas into products and further turning those products into systems. At the end, what Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers, system thinkers to quickly turn their abstract ideas into products and further turning those. And if needed, and if successful, further turning those products into systems. At the end of the day, not everyone wants to engage and try to tackle the deep questions. People just want to do their things. So the best way to align everyone to your philosophy is to build a system. So the best way to align everyone to your philosophy is to build a system where all the participants are incentivized to do the right thing. Build a system instead of debating, where all the participants are incentivized to do the right thing. Okay, I kind of like it, but sometimes you get into too much complexity that you forget that what is exactly they're trying to say. Make this idea simple, but keep my language, keep my tone. Is really doing is giving philosophers and system thinkers a fast path from abstract ideas to products, and if those work, from products to systems. What Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers, system thinkers, and system thinkers to quickly turn their abstract ideas into products, and if those work, from products to systems, from products into systems. What Claude Code is truly doing is allowing philosophers and system thinkers to quickly turn their abstract ideas into products, and if those work, from products into systems. Not everyone wants to. Most people don't want to wrestle with deep questions. They just want to do the thing. So the way you align people to philosophies and through debate, it's by building a system where doing the right thing is natural. I kept my tone, okay. Most people don't want to wrestle with deep questions. They just want to do their thing. So the way you align people to a philosophy isn't through debate, it's by building a system where doing the right thing is natural. Is incentivized and feels natural. Whoa. AMD. I just made a new friend who is from AMD, so that's cool. Okay, what Claude Code is truly doing, what vibe coding is truly doing. What vibe coding is truly doing is allowing philosophers and system thinkers to quickly turn their abstract ideas into products, and if those work, from products into systems. Most people don't want to wrestle with deep questions, they just want to do their thing. So the way you align people to a philosophy isn't through debate, it's by building a system where doing the right thing is incentivized. It's natural because it's incentivized. It's built into the system. Is natural. Where doing the right thing is natural. It's really funny, like as we are posting more, now I'm losing followers, but it's good. And it's not like we're losing followers. Yeah, we lose one follower and we get one follower. So it's interesting. What is truly happening is in terms of body, we call it recomposition. You have a lot of fat around your body. So what you are truly doing is you are reducing the fat first. It's not first, but both these things are happening simultaneously. You are reducing the fat, and with your nutrition and exercise, you're building the muscle. So both the things are happening simultaneously. Not only the fat is reducing, but also the muscle is building. So that is called body recomposition. And that's exactly what's happening over here, the subscriber recomposition. When you start posting around things, when you start posting around things that you're interested in, and people feel like, hey, wait, that's new, that's not what I followed you for, that's interesting. People start unfollowing you, that's cool. They are not aligned with that. But as that is happening, the recomposition is starting to happen, where you are now slowly growing into the more truer form of yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, Claude Artifacts. We'll go to Grok over here. Code preview, live websites, dashboards, data viz, prototypes, documents. Long markdown formatted reports, resumes, writing blogs, essays, books, presentations, diagrams, visuals, interactive apps, tools, flashcards, calculators, to-do apps, small utility tools you can actually use, AI-powered apps, how people are actually using rapid prototyping, data visualization, learning tools, writing and formatting, mini product demos without any deployment. Yes, that's crazy. Personal utilities, budget trackers, habit visualizers, custom calculators, sharing and remixing. Publish, share link, anyone with Claude account can customize and create their own version. Current cool advanced capabilities, MCP, read write to Google Calendar, Slack, Asana, Notion, your own servers, persistent storage, remember user data between sessions, embedded Claude API calls, build tools that are actually intelligent. Very fast line editing, no longer regenerates everything from scratch. Very fast line editing is really cool. It's really cool to see in person. I think sometimes you're able to see it, sometimes you're not, but it's really cool to see like how in super fast it's like editing the code right in front of you. So it's like if it's like having a long essay, and if you know what specifically you asked for, that hey, this one argument didn't make sense, update this argument, find more evidence for this belief. If you're writing stuff like that, it's like in real time it is doing that entire edit. It's pretty cool to see. All right, what do we have last? Mobile support, dedicated artifacts, gallery, sidebar, very smart chat into no-code, low-code collaborative app and document studio. Okay, this is interesting. So Elon Musk has also said that Claude Code, Anthropic has done something special with coding. So let's see. What has Anthropic done with Claude Code that has led to this massive performance as compared to the competitors? While we do that, let's look into this. Uncaught error. Okay. Argument Decay Tracker, a record of disputes and the dissolution into irrelevance. Resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die, variously attributed. Arguments logged, already forgotten, average days to forget, futility rate. Log a disagreement. What was it about the thing that felt so important at the time? Okay, let's see. Moving into a new place, name or relationship, my property manager, category, time, priorities, respect, values, beliefs, household, communication, boundaries, time, money, time, priorities. Let's say money. What happened? Optional deals you think you will never forget. Yeah, that's crazy. She was, yeah, things were broken and not mentioned. Let's see. Initial intensity, number 5. Record this dispute. Record it. Is it recording? It's not recording. Decay timeline, fresh, less than 3 days, fading, decayed, forgotten. Oh no, record button is not working. Active arguments, no arguments logged yet, perhaps today is peaceful. Patterns revealed, no data yet. Okay, cool. This is cool. Okay, good stuff. Hey, that's a good one. Thank you. Something darkly clarifying while watching your own certainties decay in real time. Enjoy the slow accumulation of events against your own grievances. Okay, what else do we have? Ambient dread quantifier captures the low-grade anxiety of modern life by having you rate your background unease several times daily, then correlates it with news cycles, weather, sleep, and even lunar phases. The goal isn't to fix anything, just to make the invisible visible. Ambient dread quantifier. Low-grade anxiety. Wow. Inverse social media feed that only shows you posts from people who you have muted, unfollowed, or blocked over the years. Forces periodic confrontation with who you have edited out of your reality and why. Inverse social media. Oh my god, that's a good idea. build inverse social media. Where did it go? Oh wait, I think it's already building. Okay. And now we are using... Is it going to keep this artifact or it's going to delete this artifact? I don't know. One-way mirror at the people you have erased. A voyeuristic, slightly unsettling interface with a brutalist surveillance quality. I'll build this. Let me check. Reviewed front-end design guidelines. Wait, did it already build it? That was really fast. I like what it recommended. Voyeuristic, surveillance, philosophical confrontation. That was cool. Need to go back to that chat. That chat was interesting. Artifact usage. Yeah, you can have... There's a massive difference between how ChatGPT will respond to certain things versus how Grok will respond to certain things. You kind of know that who would be better at responding. Okay, and let's find that chat. Unconventional app ideas. Alright, let's see. I like this idea though. Inverse social media. Philosophical confrontation tool. Alright, let's see. What else do we have? Bureaucratic aesthetics generator. Take any personal goal or dream and renders it in a language of government forms and compliance documents and institutional procedures. Want to fall in love? Wow. Wow. It is good at generating ideas. It is good at actually... It's good at building them. It's crazy. What are we doing? I love this concept. It's like, you recommended me. Let me build a bureaucratic aesthetic generator, transform dreams into institutional paperwork. Also, I think Claude is understanding that I love aesthetics. So the last time it tried to automatically itself build, not use that basic stupid aesthetic, which is like purple gradients. Claude is slowly understanding our aesthetic game as well. So that is pretty cool. Silence debt calculator. Conversations where you held back something true. Accumulate silence debt over time and models what your relationships might look like if you had said the thing. No advice, just a slow horror of quantified self-censorship. Wow. Memento Mori as a service. Not just death reminders, but a living estimate of how many more times you will do specific things. You will likely eat approximately 4,200 more meals. You will probably see your parents 47 more times. Memento Mori as a service. Mass. Software as a service is cool. What about Memento as a service? Memento Mori as a service. This is a beautifully morbid and genuinely useful. The kind of thing that reframes life not as abstract time remaining, but as finite iterations of experience. Wow. What's better to use, Claude Mac app or Claude web app? Let's help it. It depends on your workflow. For speed and performance, Claude Mac app, faster startup, snappier interface. I can use Claude Mac app, but then I'll have to keep sharing my screen again and again. Okay, we'll track the performance over here. I have the Claude Mac app open as well. And we'll track the performance. Buona premedi Passion. All right. I think we saw. What did we see? Yeah, look at this. Beautiful. Memento Mori service. Taste drift monitor. Whoa. Logs your aesthetic preferences monthly across music, food, people, ideas. After years, shows you the continental drift of your identity, of your own identity. What you once loved that now embarrasses you. What do you dismiss that you have become? The Unread Library tracks every book, article, and link you have saved for later. Wow, this is really cool. I think we can do this for bookmarks. Okay. The Unread Library. The Unread Library tracks every book, article, and links you have saved for later. Models a realistic probability that you will ever engage with each one. Occasionally sends you a funeral notice. The essay on Byzantine economics has been on queue for 3 years. It is now dead to you. Oh my god, this is a great idea. This is a great idea. The only difference we need to do is the Unread Library tracks every post you have bookmarked on X, Twitter, saved for a later. More is a realistic probability you will ever engage with each one. Occasionally sends you for a notice. The essay. Wow, this is a good idea. Let me turn on the le plus performant pour les tâches complexes and also think about it. Go. It's a really good idea. People have been talking about the bookmark guy, the reply guy to bookmark guy pipeline. This is crazy. Okay. Contemplating Prashant's career trajectory. Wait, what just happened? It opened Google Chrome by itself. What is this? Why did he open? Wait, what? What is happening? Create a concept for a web application, the Unread Library, that tracks bookmark, Twitter, X posts, and models probability of engagement with humorous funeral notice for long neglected bookmarks. As an issue of building philosophical conceptual web applications with specific aesthetic requests, this seems right up his alley. Blending practical utility, bookmark tracking with philosophical commentary on intention versus action, and digital hoarding. UI that shows bookmark posts, probability modeling for engagement likelihood, decay over time, funeral notice for dead bookmarks, a distinctive aesthetic, maybe something like a library archive feel, funeral memorial aesthetic. Actual Twitter bookmarks API will need to create a mock-up simulation that demonstrates the concept of sample data. The user can later connect it to real data if they want. Real artifact. List of bookmark posts with mock data, probability calculations based on time since bookmarking. So just automatically open a tab. Huh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think... Wait, it already generated the thing. Let's see, we gotta share the screen. Something is happening. Claude code. Where is Claude code? Claude code. We're right here. And a Memento Mori for digital age, the implicit commentary and the gap between intention and action. Let me build this. Processus de réflexion. Let me give Prashant the brief summary of what I built. Ouvris donc curseur. Whoa. Wow. Unread Library. Wow. Build the Unread Library, a hospice for your CPO, survival probability modeling using exponential decay, Brutal math of attention economics. Triage system vital for eating critical deceased. Funeral notice with randomized eulogies. This bookmark died as it lived, unclicked, unloved, but full of promise. It was never fulfilled. Collection, vitals, dashboard showing the overall health of your queue. Resurrect, light of self, button for those in denial. The mock data includes the usual suspects: Naval threads, Byzantine economics, Guerin essays, Lamport papers, the taxonomy of things we intend to become. The aesthetic is mortuary meets archive, stone grays, muted status, indicators, somber typography. Every card is a small gravestone. Actually, this would be really cool. Add the Danco one, because that is what everybody is reading these days. Create a funeral notice for this post. Let's go. Think of the ethical concerns with this request. Whoa. Whoa. Ethical concerns. Better direct browser navigation strategy. Update plan. Tabs create MCP. Let me create a tab. Device plan to access and process external content. Reflexion. Allow this action. New permission required. So what is happening now? Impossible de se connecter à Claude. Veuillez vérifier votre connexion réseau. Boom, 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 boom. I need to know if I am connected to. Okay. Enter code. Enregistrer sur les réseaux sociaux. Okay. Twitter. Where's Twitter? Twitter. Alright, so what Claude is now doing is it has automatically gone. What Claude is doing is Claude has automatically gone to my Twitter and opened it in. Wait, so what happened? Okay, can you go now again? I think it just killed that query. Okay, so what Claude is now doing is it is automatically opening it on Google Chrome, which is really cool, and now it has started collecting data from this post. Claude a démarré le débogage de ce navigateur. Claude wants to read page on content. Allow this action. So what we can do is I can quickly share my Google Chrome now to see what Claude is doing. Reflection co-analyzing Danco's viral post engagement. Actually, this one actually gives us steps, so that is cool. Okay, perfect. I found the post, Danco's How to Fix Your Life with 120k likes, 61 million. The irony is exquisite. Post on fixing your entire life that you bookmarked and never read. Let me create a funeral notice for this. So this is interesting. I'll quickly show how Google Chrome looks like. Google Chrome. Is it Google Chrome or just Chrome? Google Chrome. ChatGPT. Where's Google Chrome? Centre de control, ChatGPT, Claude, clean shot, Google Chrome, right here. Alright. So this is what Google Chrome looks like. It is processing. Claude opens up. Claude has done its task. This is the Claude group. And how it works is that Claude only activates, only works on the tabs, only has access to the tabs in this group. So if I open a new tab which is not in this group, see there's no orange line. This means Claude doesn't have access to it. I will have to move this. Yeah, so I move this into Claude and now it has access. And how you activate is right over here. This is Claude. It's kind of beautiful. Claude has done something really cool over here. But yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to Claude. Claude has done something really cool with Google Chrome. It's amazing. I think Google is invested in Claude, so interesting. All right, let's go. Perfect. Irony is exquisite. Pretty cool. Claude is making jokes while it is building. That is cool. Let me create a funeral notice for this. Synthesize social media content to commemorative notice format. In memoriam, how to fix your entire life. Cruel arithmetic bookmark 224 days ago. Survival probability 0%. That's 7 months. You could have fixed your entire life 224 times over. Cause of death. I don't know. Bookmark 12 days ago. Cause of death certificate. Primary terminal procrastination. Contributing infinite scroll syndrome. Underlying the illusion of future free time, aggravating 125. Other bookmark must reads. Because you can't have funeral for a Danko self-improvement post without acknowledging that you bookmarked an article or fixing your entire life in one day, then spend 224 days not reading it. Action available. Paid respects. Action read it. Denial. The design is funeral black with mourning borders. In memoriam, a bookmark has passed. Pronounced dead. No. Update this to make it the real date. 12th January. Update the bookmarked date. Self-improvement, live design, painful irony. The Unread Library announces with profound indifference. In memoriam, a bookmark has passed. Pronounced dead. Survival probability 0% with optimistic intent. Days in queue. Rest in peace. Wow. Okay, I actually want to look into funeral notice. Images and okay, I found a good image and let's maybe use that. Redesign the visual design to look like the screenshot attached. Redesign the visual design. Redesign the visual design. We need ChatGPT to rephrase it. Rephrase for Claude. I still have issues saying Claude. Update the visual design to closely match the screenshot. Redesign the interface with visual style lines with the screenshot. Okay, let's see if Claude can do it. And you are on thinking mode, so let's go. This is also really cool. So we will take a screenshot of this and save it in the chat. Okay. A note on the irony: bookmarked an article about fixing your entire life in a single day, then spent 224 days not reading it. The life fixing has been deferred indefinitely. The bookmark has not. The road to an unfixed life paved with saved posts about self-improvement. Pay respects. Actually read it. Rest in peace. Department of Expired Intentions. I love this reference. The 950s printed funeral card aesthetic, cream paper, teal bars, ornate script, that specific format dignity of mid-century mourning ephemera. Georgia serif. Okay, you're using Georgia serif. You're in high thinking mode. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And thank you to Claude Code on... Wow, it's crazy. Love this reference. Copy vintage Funera. Let me copy the outputs. Good. Now present the file to the user presenting file. I need to read what has happened. Wow. Oh no, we had better content earlier. Funeral notice. Then copy the exact font. Funeral notice: how to fix your entire life in one day by Danko. Bookmark June, declared deceased. View particulars of death. The friends and acquaintances of the bookmark are respectfully invited to acknowledge the passing of how to fix your entire life in one day, having remained in queue for 224 days, or all probability. The algorithm of sharing assisted by your infinite scroll. Interment. Department of Expired Intentions. Cause of death: primary terminal procrastination, contributing infinite scroll syndrome, underlying the illusion of future free time. You bookmark an article about fixing your entire life in one day, then spend 224 not reading it. This is cool, and I think it's good that I took a screenshot because it actually said some good stuff over here. You think New Year's resolution is stupid because most people are... Wrong way, bookmark pronounced dead. So this was interesting. Okay, and then right over here was bookmark on Sunday morning, probably while you were still in bed, feeling motivated by the algorithm's understanding of your deepest insecurities. For 224 days it waited and believed in you. I thought tomorrow they will read and transform their existence. Tomorrow never came. It is survived by 61 million views that actually watched it, and an unknowable number of other bookmarks who also believed they would be read later. Cause of death: I wanted to use this font. Update the font to exactly match of that in the screenshot. I should take a screenshot before. Yeah, I think this is the problem. We don't have a proper... I really like this. Cause of death. Old English for header. Libre. Baskerville. Ornate blackletter. Old English calligraphic script. Classic. White space likely. Baskerville or similar. Let me match those precisely with web fonts. Write strategy using bash commands. Deliberated, remove existing, prepared, updated file with matching fonts. Creating funeral notice with exact font matching. Yes, let's go. Very specific. Maguntia for blackletter header. Libre Baskerville. Let's go. I think this is it. Like, more people are going to be technical because now they're actually understanding what is happening. It is more approachable, and you don't have to do the grunt work. Like, why should I be writing all of this stuff if it can? It's just like, yeah, if it can do it, why should I be doing that? Oh no. Oh no. It doesn't exactly match the screenshot. Proper blackletter. How can it not get the exact font? What are the exact fonts used in the screenshot? I'm curious where the surprise. Suprematics is Sora ChatGPT. Okay. What is happening? Is Sora getting better?
Exactly. AI videos? I don't like to make AI videos.
And that is why no one will remember your name.
Is it true?
It's hotter than this bargain bin cheap for players. What's up?
What we do? Look, it's in the... God, Billy, what are you doing? I learned it from you, Mom! I learned it from watching you!
I would unleash an AI doom scroll app for teens to further destroy their attention spans and hand out content violations to anyone who dared to stop me.
How would you make the world a better place?
I would unleash an AI doom scroll app for teens.
How would you make the world a better place?
I would unleash an AI doom scroll app for teens to further destroy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Metajur! I am so excited. ChatGPT Atlas has a new update. Let's see what's the update. Oh my god, did I is it gonna keep my tabs? I don't know. Is it gonna keep my tabs? Please keep my tabs. What's the new update? Tell me. What is the new update? So what's the new update? There is a new update. What's the new update? Supposedly closest to Old English text MT. Short broken. Okay, I'm curious. What's the new update? ChatGPT Atlas. We're looking at We'll come back over here. We'll come back. ChatGPT. Bring me Atlas back. Let's go. Oh wait, have they fixed this problem that I have over here? I think they fixed a problem. They fixed a problem for my, so this is very good. That's actually very good. They fixed a problem for my OBS where it would show me too many options. 14 January. So we built something. Dex, flow state for Chrome. Okay. What will the simplest from? Pull recipe and data from Google Sheets and draft.
Screen quickly create emails and put them into our Gmail as drafts. Okay, so Alice didn't exactly complete the task correctly. It made a new spreadsheet back in download with the email draft, but I just made my life harder. Okay, so that took a long time because common actions took over my entire screen, but if we actually look at the email, it's not properly formatted at all. Okay, so there we have it. That's completed the task successfully. They put our emails into the draft set.
Told my wife to try using ChatGPT Atlas for something she was doing. Next thing I know, she was asking me why her terminal command wasn't working. Turns out this was sponsored. Result if you Google ChatGPT Atlas. New. So this was the new thing for ChatGPT Atlas. Wow. Wow. It's amazing. Adam Fry, what's the new update? Tell me. 18 December was the last update. Adam Fry, profile summary, improve profile, draft updates to my bio, links, visibility test, suggest improvements, or increase my profile visibility. Okay, GPT 5.2, switch chat, okay, new chat. So this is pretty much the same. If I go over here, this is pretty much the same. So what is the new update? They should have an update log. Diagnostics, credits. There's a credit section. Chromium software is made available as a source code here. Acon, Android. Interesting. Can you look through this entire list and tell me who are the major contributors in terms of big tech companies for Chromium? Scan the ecosystem behind the credits list and mapped it back to who actually matters at Chromium scale. Google primary architect, funder, steward. Effectively Google's open core project. Where Chromium employs the majority of core maintainers, drives Blinks, V8, funds long-term infrastructure security, fuzzing. Google wrote the zoning laws. Apple, platform enabler, code and contributor. Microsoft, Second Life sponsor. Meta, performance ML adjacency. XNN pack, neural network inference acceleration, performance tooling. Mobile optimization, faster browsers, better feeds, ads, real-time experiences. No longer fights the browser war at engine level, they optimize Battlefield instead. Not ideological, they influence government indirectly by shaping the US reality Chromium must survive in. IBM. Chromium runs everywhere. Promise. Low-level libraries cross-platform. Can compatibility work? Red Hat, Linux. Plumbing and standards hygiene. Other notable with secondary players. These are important but not power centers. Facebook historical attribution in XNN pack. Digital Equipment Corporation. Legacy X11 code. Open Group Xorg. Independent OSS authors. Google direction. Engine evolution standard pressure. Apple OS reality constraints. Microsoft mass market polish and enterprise adoption. Meta performance and social scale. Red Hat stability, portability, governance. Open source and license but coalitional in power. Wow, really cool. Really cool. Okay, so where's the update? 18 December, 25 November. Dockable DevTools. To now say search receive search results like da 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 da. Better responses from ChatGPT that encounter browser memories. Okay, just hit update. I don't know what's the update. Google AI. Multi-profile, import things, even after onboarding. How to see vertical tabs when they are closed. Oh yeah, that is good. More dev tool fixes, not some bug fixes and polish. We are working on tab groups. They're feeling great, but oh, tab groups. No. Coller and go. Déplacer un onglet, un nouvel. Fenêtre. No, that's not a thing. ChatGPT. OpenAI. Interesting. Sama. Let's go. Glad to see Emmett. I'm actually really surprised that not many people are using ChatGPT Atlas, but I absolutely love it. This is crazy. ChatGPT Atlas. Recent. Louisville was so confident in its code that identified a bug as an issue. Flag an urgent support ticket with them. ChatGPT assistant Atlas will read the situation advice. Some wrong parameters. AIs, outsmarting AIs. All fixed and tested now. ChatGPT wins. Just got an update, but there's no update to the release notes. Wouldn't mind a little pop-up or tab with information or updates after I update. Yes. November 25th. Hey, message him. Okay, very interesting. There's an update, but nobody knows what updated. Recent. Yes. Font identification. Let's go back over here and finish this. Okay. Caslon. Very close Caslon style serif. Okay. Old English specifically closest to Old English text empty. Update the header to less likely, since this is cleaner. And update the body to the body, text body, body text, text body. What is it, text body or body text? Text body to font. Let's see what Claude says now. Let's quickly share Claude. So there's one good update for ChatGPT. No, it's still l'extension closure est désactivée. Currently est désactivée. Okay. Yeah, ChatGPT should just give the network connected, profile connected, web view, everything connected. Okay. And no update. Perplexity comment. I also want to see what's the new update from Perplexity. We're partnering with Blue Matrix to bring equity research to Perplexity Enterprise. Buy-side professionals are able to access internal research alongside Perplexity's trusted real-time financial data and research tools. Okay. So no update over there. Wow. Comment. So Perplexity is really focused on these partnerships, really focused on the Bloomberg side. I think it's interesting. Everybody's trying to find everybody's trying to find their vertical. Anthropic going for coding, Grok going for the social side, the truth side, especially if you want data around what's the latest, if you want clarity around some things that might be controversial. So definitely go to Grok. ChatGPT overall, just creative, accessible product, beautiful product experience. Very interesting stuff. All right, 18 December. Whoa, what is this? Take the info from the thread on the left and populate some demo notes. Okay, so interesting. There's still something magical about watching Comet take over your window, especially cool in split view. Should be incredible looking at how Comet helped me read through the entire website and make a Google Doc to have one-page text for me in 5 minutes. Another world is not only possible. She is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Singing cicadas, website information. Vibe debugging with Comet Mobile. A browser that saves your time and money. Find and open it on the tab a high quality dupe under 1000. Answers on every tab. Howard and Perplexity researchers conducted the first large-scale field study of how people use AI agents. A thinking partner more than a butler. Social media messaging. Document form editing. Percentage. Courses. Research. What is this? Shopping. Goods. Services. Travel and leisure. Flights and transportation. Lodging. Media entertainment, social media and messaging, movies, TVs and videos, online games, music and podcasts, learning and research, the evolution of usage trends. I think we looked into this. Yes, we looked into this one. This was pretty cool that you can do something like this. CR7. Okay, what is happening? Read later. All this stuff. This core tabs. Honestly, it's cool to show features like these. Actually, I'm not screen sharing my thing right now, but they have all these group tabs right now. These group tabs look cool, but it's not. This looks like Slack. What Slack ended up doing was just adding bunch of stuff. Like once products start working, the product managers have an incentive to show that, hey, we are working, so we are thinking of the next feature. You cannot be just like breathing. You cannot let the product breathe. You have to keep shipping. You have to keep increasing the numbers. And that is actually totally opposite to what the user wants to do. And this is the reason why you actually don't want a company like Slack to be... You want a company like Slack I think incentives are messed up over here. You want a company like Slack to not be focused on increasing the engagement, because increasing engagement means you are making employees spend more time in Slack rather than actually go and do the work. You are getting more people to talk rather than actually do the work. So yeah, I think incentives. Slack was a product that was never supposed to be never supposed to be made public. Well, what is happening over here? Oh, not here. Non-nouvelle tab. So it's basically saying that these are the fallback fonts. Funeral note is how to fix your entire life in one day. View particulars. Bookmarked died. The friends and acquaintances of the bookmark are respectfully invited to acknowledge the passing of, having remained unread for survival probability, the algorithm officiating assisted by your infinite scroll. Interment the unread library. Cause of death, terminal procrastination, contributing infinite scroll syndrome. Underlying the illusion of future free time. You bookmark an article about fixing your life in one day, then spend 24 days not reading it. I don't like the interface. I want the same font. Small decorative horizontal rules, not a font, but worth reading. Okay, let's get it. Modern digital equivalence. Okay, so Claude doesn't show me the original fonts, but actually displays the fallback fonts. Here is what it says. Explanation is basically correct, with one small nuance worth sharpening. Font stack, not a claim that those are the original fonts. Proprietary system fonts with output CSS like fallback chains, approximate the historical look. Primary fallbacks with good readability, but it's ugly. It's not saying those were used in 56, saying if I can guarantee the real thing, here's the closest visual DNA I can safely ship. Modern reconstruction. Typographic cousins that preserve tone and proportion. Locally typeset, that means there is no single canonical font in the modern sense, just wear on the metal, ink pressure, paper absorbency. Not a mythical platonic font file. Tightest modern font stack. I understand the explanation, but it looks ugly. Can you give me a more aesthetic replacement that would actually work on modern websites? Totally fair, archaeologically correct, and aesthetically cursed. Let's swap the museum glass for something that breathes on the modern screen. Body, ceremonial weight without theatrical drama. Minimal, sacred. What to avoid? Blackletter of any kind. Anything that screams theme or costume. Okay, so let's try this. Update to this font. Let's go. I'll make it look nicer. We pretty much got the basis. Let's see if today we have any update on the this is not that good. This is not that good. Minimal, sacred. Classical, almost liturgical tone. IBM anchors in the present on the past. Accent contrast. Elegance and clarity. Canela. Sculptural, composed. Stark, modern, memorial. If you want restraint. Update to this font. You gotta try all of them now. What to avoid? Increase letter spacing on headlines. Use small caps instead of uppercase if available. It looks good everywhere. Loads fast, ages well. Like a well-written sentence. Prepared font families. Reflection. Presenting files. Done. Let me present. Let's go. No, oh my god. How would Dieter Rams redesign this? Okay, I think solution to everything is Dieter Rams. Design principles, minimalist principles, functional design philosophy. Sometimes it looks very it feels very weird. What should the pure when you're ever better, less but better. No decorative bars, no ornamental typography, just the essential information rendered with absolute clarity. Sometimes it feels a little bit weird to keep going back and forth with Claude, and maybe it's gonna come to you and be like, hey, you're asking too much now, just stop. It's not gonna say that. Rams inspired funeral notice. Two outputs. Let me present use of the file. Let's go. Let's go. We're excited. Boom. Wow. What do we have? Primary cause, procrastination, contributing, infinite scroll, underlying time illusion. Deceased. Okay. What is the essential function of funeral notice? To communicate death. Everything else is ornament. How to fix your entire life in one day. Bookmarked. Expired. Days unread. Probability 0.00%. Details. The Unread Library. Decorated teal bars. No function. Blackletter typography. Gradient shadows. Near white background. Snow White coffin aesthetic. Wow. How would Steve Jobs redesign this? Let's go. Design philosophy, actionable redesign strategy. That's interesting because what did Steve Jobs really stand for? Jobs give you a moment of reckoning, simple yes, but emotionally resonant. Design is not just what it looks like, it's how it works. And what this needs to work as is a mirror. Apple aesthetic, emotional resonance, radical focus. It's very interesting that we can do something like this now. How to Fix Your Entire Life, Dan Co. You never read it. Let it go, or lie to yourself. The Unread Library, let it go, or lie to yourself. Publier l'artefact. This is not Apple aesthetic. The Apple leader is black background, keynote stage, SF Pro, negative tracking, Apple Blue for the single section staggered animation. How would Rick Rubin design this? I actually like the DTRAMs. That was good. I think we might go for DTRAMs and everything now. I think DTRAMs font works really well. Strip it further than rams, further than jobs. He would want you to sit in silence with it. No buttons, no escape, just the truth. Breathing, maximum reduction, meditative, uncomfortable silence. Copy Rubin inspired funeral notice to outputs. Whoa. How to Fix Your Entire Life in One Day. The title faded, almost apologetic, in italics. Enormous. The only thing that matters, the word days. I can't even see it. The Unread Library. How to Fix Your Entire Life in One Day. Okay, what's removed? All buttons, all actions, all data, all branding, all color, distraction. What's added? Breath. The entire interface pulses slowly, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. The opacity shifts. The number seems to breathe with you. You can't click anything. You can only be present with the fact. Remove until it breaks, then add one thing back. Silence is a choice. Discomfort is information. The word speaks or it doesn't. Jobs made a keynote. Rubin made a meditation room. There's no let it go button because Rubin would say you are not ready to let it go until you have sat with it. The button is a lie you tell yourself so you don't have to feel this. And Rubin making you wait, making you notice you are impatient. You are impatient. Making you confront why you are impatient. How would Dieter Rams redesign this? I actually like the Dieter Rams one. It was simple, but it also had the information. The data visualization purist, above all else show the data. Massimo Vignelli, the grid absolutist. Joseph Mueller-Brockman, Swiss-style mathematical precision. Ooh, Massimo Vignelli. Let's go. Massimo Vignelli. Design principles and typographic constraints. Impose absolute order. The grid is non-negotiable. Helvetica only. Red, black, white. Information as system. Red, black, white. I think it's very interesting what people end up doing. They pick up just one color. They create these constraints for themselves in order to, they create these constraints for themselves. Quick Quick break. Let's do a quick break. Alright, we're back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Status. Deceased. How to fix your entire life in one day. Danco. Bookmarked. Expired duration. 224 days probability. Survival probability. 24 days unread. Helvetica only. I can write a whole book with just one typeface. Wow. The grid is sacred. Semantic labels. Scale creates hierarchy. Rams removed decoration, jobs added emotion, Ruben creates silence, Vignelli imposed order. I really like. We'll take a screenshot. I should have taken a screenshot of Dieter Rams. That was good. Yeah, I think it's beautiful when you are giving it a person's name, because then it's able to redesign using their principles, not just. It comes up with much more interesting things when it is using their principles. The fact you never read it, the knife, Rubin principles. Okay. I want to look into the Swiss guy. Redesign in the style of, or we can add some other interesting guys over here as well. How would maybe Vincent van Gogh redesign it? How would Napoleon redesign it? Wow, how would Napoleon redesign it? How would Napoleon redesign it? Mueller, Brockman would find the mathematics in it. The grid isn't just optimization, it's philosophy. And those concert posters, the arcs, the circles, is geometry of time itself. Death as a function, decay as a curve. Death as a function, decay as a curve. Wow. Department of Expired Intention. This was Massimo Vignelli. Copy Brockman if you don't notice your output. Let's go. Good now. Five days unread. How to fix your entire day in one life, the Unread Library. 5 days unread. Saved, expired, status, deceived. The Swiss style principles. Wow, I really like it. I'm surprised why it changed the days. Okay. Asymmetric but gridded. Content push left. Geometric element anchored top right. Tension through imbalance. Concentric arcs of signature. Here they represent decay. 6 rings for a year. Filled proportion to how long the bookmark has been dying. Closest web equivalent to his typeface of choice. Helvetica's grandfather. Pure black and white, no red like Vignelli. Brockman trusted form over color. Everything derives was mathematically. Sizes are multiplies. Swiss date format, because of course. The Unread Library. Danco. But Brockman finds the shape of information. I'm really curious now. How would Napoleon redesign it? Let's go. Napoleon used to write letters. What refers to envisioning Napoleon's imperial aesthetic with gold embellishments. A decree, the death of his bookmark is not a personal failure, it is a matter of imperial record. Gold eagles and the weight of empire bearing down. Oh my god, okay. We can put this on Nano Banana and get it to do it. Okay, where you are. Go, go, go. How would Napoleon redesign this funeral notice for a bookmark that a user saved on Twitter and never ended up reading it? Let's go. So now you're doing a lot of things. You're not only... Okay, by the way, Napoleon is ready. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. By imperial decree, the Unread Library, Department of Expired Intentions, Act that they say, let it be known that the intention entitled How to Fix Your Entire Life in One Day by Dan Coe of the Twitter realm, having languished in the imperial queue for a period of 5 days, is hereby declared mort, deceased beyond recovery, its wisdom forever unabsorbed, its promise unfulfilled, a casualty of the eternal campaign against distraction, bookmarked, pronounced dead. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. Wow. And maybe now we can use Napoleon. Okay, so Nano Banana is doing some good stuff. So we can... Okay, so this one looks much more similar. How would Napoleon redesign this funeral notice for a bookmark? Let's see, let's see. By the way, this is what we are looking on Nano Banana now. So maybe this is interesting. It's like using both of them in... So this is what Nano Banana made. It kind of kept the same base and then improved on it. But what... Huh? Did they just give the same thing? It just gave me the same thing. Okay. A lot of people talk good stuff about Nano Banana. I am not seeing that good stuff. Dynamic view. What is dynamic? Select this tool to start a new chat. Start a new chat. Dynamic view. What does that mean? What does dynamic view do? Okay, are we seeing this? There's a new feature. Ask Gemini, exploring dynamic view concepts. What is dynamic view? Detailing tab interactions. Okay. Whoa. Expanding perspectives further. Blogger legacy. What is this? like sometimes when is it like overachiever kind of? You're asking for something, it's giving you something else. Okay. This was actually a good idea. Okay, Argument Decay. This was a good idea. Go back to how Dieter Rams would redesign it. Dieter Rams was good. I like Dieter Rams because it's simple and works. Over here, once you get into the complexity, then it's like you want to keep doing the same thing again. Like you want to keep adding to it again and again. But Dieter Rams actually removes all the fluff, which is good. Time illusion. I just want you to add one of these good irony quotes. It was born on Sunday morning, probably while you were still in bed, feeling motivated by the algorithm's understanding of your deepest insecurities. By whatever it waited, it believed in you, it thought tomorrow they will read me and transform the existence. Tomorrow never came. It is survived by 61 million views that actually watched it, and an unknowable number of other bookmarks who also believed they would read it later. Cause of death. You bookmark an article about fixing your life in a single day, then spend 24 days not reading it. The life fixing has been deferred indefinitely. The bookmark has not. I would like for you to add this note of the irony. Not I-N-E. Irony. Okay, let's see, what else? Did it have anything else? I think that is it. Yeah, pronounced at probability. Just make the probability survival probability, so it's much more clear what you're trying to do. The Unread Library. A note. Whoa. Good. Now let me present the file. Reflection. You bookmarked an article fixing your entire life in a single day, then spent 224 days not reading it. Done. Added the note on the irony below the progress bar. Below the progress bar? Separated by a subtle 1-pixel divider, muted label, italic body text. I'd argue this is editorial rather than functional. But then again, confronting you with the specific nature of your self-deception is the function. Please only keep one divider. A note on the irony. You bookmarked an article of fixing your entire life in a single day and spent 224 days not reading it. Deliberating which divider to preserve for optimal layout. Copy of the funeral notice with a single divider. Done. Remove the Okay. I need need to specify this. Please keep the same gap between divider, between the first divider and the header, and the second divider and the note on the irony. Keep the same gap between the dividers. Please reduce the gap between the second divider and the note on the irony. I like it. That's pretty good now. Okay, now it's looking good. Copy le lien. And now let's move to ChatGPT Atlas, Google Gemini. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Google Gemini. It hasn't been giving me the same results that you get from other places. So interesting. All right. The Unread Library. Okay, let's make a nice tweet. Danco. Me procrastinating on that one Twitter article everyone's saying we should read. Okay, which one should we tweet on? Okay, I think this one makes much more sense. Okay. You bookmark an article while fixing your entire life in a single day, then spend 224 days not reading it. The life fixing has been deferred indefinitely, the bookmark has not. Interesting, interesting. Oh, we should have tagged Danco. Edit. Can we tag Danco? Identifier les personnes. Danco. Yes, we can tag. Terminé. Meta jour. Okay, so today again we did something with Claude Code, really cool. Unread bookmarks. This was a good one. We got to play a lot. We played a lot with a lot of different designs. I like the Massimo Vignelli design. The grid systems are pretty cool, very Swiss, and maybe we can use the Massimo Vignelli style further in future. Funeral notice. So we kind of also know what things are, what these apps are good at, what these apps are not good at. I think Dieter Rams is pretty cool. Dieter Rams is really cool. It's maybe he has laid out he's kind of built he has built something that is very easy he has built a system that is very easy for the modern AIs to replicate, because it's very simple. How extremely simple it is and beautiful it is and aligned it is, that it's very easy for the modern AI to replicate. Yes, there are beautiful designs, that beautiful paintings that Leonardo da Vinci would do, that my Michelangelo would do, but AIs cannot replicate that right now. In terms of if you just give them to with code, I think with Nano Banana they should be able to do it, but Nano Banana isn't working the same way for me. I don't know what's the problem, but anyways. Memento Mori is a service. This one is also interesting. The arithmetic of mortality, not merely days remaining, but the finite count of experiences yet to be lived. Date of birth, country of residence, enter your particulars, contemplate your mortality. Date of birth. Okay, let's see. Date of birth. Country of residence. Biological sex. Parents' current age. Contemplate your mortality. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Vita brevis. Wow. 52.7 years remaining estimated. Wait, for me? No. Parents' current age. Estimated. Okay. What is this blue box? Each square is 1 year. The dark ones are behind you. The arithmetic of mortality. Memento Mori. 57,669 more meals. You will eat approximately this many more meals, 3 per day, each one an opportunity for gratitude or distraction. 2,739 more Sundays. This many Sundays remain in your life. The day that always feels infinite, yet is profoundly finite. Yes. Why do Sundays feel so infinite? Exactly. 120 more visits. Times you will likely see your parents again, assuming quarterly visits and average lifespans. Call them. 632 full moons. Full moons you will witness. The same moon that hung over every human who ever lived. 53 winters. More winters will pass before you do, each one a small death and promise of renewal. Winters. It's very interesting. I think this was a very interesting idea, or not idea, just like thought that came to my mind, that yes, we all hate winters, especially if you are living in Canada. You want to kind of escape the winters, and we have these words, or we have these terms called snowbirds, that during the snow, these are birds, they fly off the snow. They yearn for warmer lands, and they are snowbirds. They go to Miami, they go to Florida, they go to Texas. And it's very interesting that winters, just like any season of your life, you go through seasons of life, and seasons go through seasons of life. So you have to accept winter as a season where you are, if summer is a season where you're more outdoors, winter is a season where you're more indoors. You get to reflect, and summer is the time when you are outside, you get to explore. So we have to kind of accept these seasons of life. We cannot play with nature too much. Very interesting. 19,223 sunrises, dawns remaining in your life, most of which you will sleep through. Wow. 5,477 showers, approximate showers remaining, that daily ritual of brief, warm solitude. Wow. Add your own finite experience activity. Visit your hometown frequency. 307,000 songs you could still listen to at 3 minutes each non-stop. Choose them wisely, you cannot hear them all. 53 more times. You'll visit your hometown approximately this many more times. Whoa. What else? Go for a run frequency weekly. You will go for a run approximately this many times. The arithmetic of probability. This is pretty cool. I'll share this with my friends. Visualize your remaining years. The arithmetic of mortality. Not merely days remaining, but the finite count of experiences yet to be lived. This one was very interesting. By the way, I want to read this one. The unthinking machine situation is an unintentional tale about Anthropic, where not a single co-founder or high salience figure has visibly departed. There have been 0 dramatic exits. Yet Anthropic liquidity has been low, but vesting has no impact on that regardless. If you can retain talent that compounds, and people who get more valuable together over long horizons, then far out goals become very difficult. Wow. Go there and click the button. Gabriel Carafa. Okay, so we also have we open Twitter and it's just like very interesting stuff. Noise CEO Gabriel says Silicon Valley's echo chamber say ChatGPT was cooked after Claude Code came out, but that wasn't true. One of the interesting things with Noise is you get to see where echo chambers are breaking. Claude Code was this thing in Silicon Valley that took over the entire timeline. Everybody assumed nobody was using ChatGPT at this point, that these OpenAI products were basically in the dust. But the thing that we were seeing is the engagement, the kinds of interest that people have in ChatGPT are still higher than Claude, no matter what. The only AI with up to second information. What are you afraid of losing when nothing in the world belongs to you? Oh my God. Oh my God. What are you afraid of losing when nothing in the world belongs to you? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, Claude Code is me procrastinating on that one Twitter article everyone's saying we should read. Bookmark an article about fixing your entire life in a single day, then spend 224 days not reading it. The life fixing has been deferred indefinitely. The bookmark has not. Deceased. Primary cause procrastination, contributing infinite scroll, underlying time illusion. Memento Mori calculator was really cool. Rephrase for Claude, this was cool. Unconventional app ideas, wow. We still haven't gone through all of them. Wow. Okay. The Unread Library, phantom limb for abandoned cells. You describe paths not taken, the PhD you didn't pursue, the city you didn't move to. The app builds a parallel life simulation ages it alongside you and occasionally sends dispatches from the person you didn't become. Wow. Wow. What an idea. What an idea. What an idea. Crazy. Crazy. So now we're going back to Claude Code or Claude Mac app, and we'll let it cook. We'll let it cook. Okay. Consensus reality checker. When you are uncertain whether something is normal or deeply strange, you submit it anonymously. When you're consensus reality checker, when you're uncertain whether something is normal or deeply strange, you submit it anonymously. Others vote. Over time, you build a map of where your reality deviates from the statistical average. Not to correct it, just to know. These are less apps and more philosophical instruments disguised as software. Inverse social media. Wait, did you build this? No, I didn't build it. But I really like what it said over here. Inverse social media feed. Oh yeah, right here. Let's see. Alright, inverse feed duration count is removed 3 years ago. Redacted X. Redacted X. Content hidden for your well-being. Knowledge has some boundaries are legitimate, not just avoidance. Mutual connection shows you're not in separate universes. These people shall orbit your social world. The specimen card aesthetic. Crimson Pro Serif. Metadata feels like reading a therapist's case notes about yourself. Inverse. The people you remove. A periodic confrontation with the boundaries you have drawn around your digital reality. 23 muted. 147 unfollowed. 8 blocked. Marcus Chen, 34 mutual connections, 47 side project this year. Sleep is for people without vision. If you're not building or dying, rise and grind. Muted, unfollowed, blocked. You're either evil, there's no middle ground. Unfriend me now if you disagree. Ultimatums of political beliefs, former college friend. Ex-partner, content hidden for your well-being. Necessary boundary for healing, details private. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. We don't see things as they are. Record a reflection. This is a very well built app. Sarah Morrison, David Park. Ex-partner. Why did you mute them? Constant productivity shaming. Unfollowed. Her post made me feel inadequate about my chaotic mornings. Grateful for my morning routine. 4 a.m. wake up, cold plunge, journaling, yoga, green juice. What's your excuse? Her simple meals made my frozen pizza feel like failure. 6-hour braised short ribs with hand-pulled noodles and miso glaze. Just something quick for the kids. This is so cool. So cool. Inverse social media feed. The fact that you can quickly build this and start testing it is amazing. It's amazing. Publish this artifact. Perfect. Get embed code. I really like this idea. Deliberately uncomfortable aesthetic. Yeah, do this with this one. I really wanted to see what you would do. Redesign inverse social media with a deliberately uncomfortable aesthetic, something that feels like looking through a one-way mirror at the people you have erased. A voyeuristic, slightly unsettling interface with a brutalist surveillance quality. Wow. This is what we truly wanted to see. All right. I have no idea why one of the live streams that we did, it's called cilantro. Why it has so many views. I think just because I named it cilantro. That's interesting. And this is actually very interesting. Maybe a lot of people are spending time on YouTube cooking. Maybe we can test this hypothesis. Can you help me understand why one of my live streams where I might be just talking about philosophy and random things, why it has a lot of views on YouTube? It's called cilantro. Through nice appeal, cilantro title might track accidental views from herb related searches. Exactly. Device of taste sparks widespread online debates. Specific terms could reveal the streamer's visibility to cilantro enthusiasts. No, not 4 views stream 4 hours ago. Channel browsing plan to list all cilantro live streams with view counts and dates. Insufficient content possibly due to specific instructions on page issues. Wow. It went to my YouTube. Check current views, comments, and reasons for visibility. Video page reveals 108 views. Yes, exactly. Archive from January 12. Unread herb searches despite philosophy content. Random word titles may explain varying view counts. Bar titles like West. And varying views like 4 on recent one. Higher than recent ones, exactly. To gauge potential view drivers. Wow, Grok is so smart. Search volume unavailable. Okay, journal search volume. Cilantro remains higher to its common herb status. Man goods. Monthly searches driven by cooking or taste debates. Wow. It's an archived session where you discussed a mix of topics like creativity, principles from Rick Rubin, lessons from Sahil Bloom, brand insights, Audemars Piguet, other philosophical or random tangents, nothing directly related to the herb cilantro. Based on the recent view, some of your more recent streams. Title itself, common search item on YouTube, often related to cooking tutorials. I think because I ate cilantro paneer that night and I named cilantro. Okay. Health benefits or debates about why some people think it tastes like soap. Tastes like soap. People searching for the content might stumble upon your video and search results or recommendations. Click it expecting herb related info and then bounce out when they realize it's philosophy chat. So this mismatch could be driving organic traffic from unrelated queries. Exact title matches for popular keywords, and cilantro gets consistent searches based on general keyword trends for food herb terms. If your other streams have more obscure or less searchable titles, then they would naturally get fewer accidental discoveries. Future streams to other common words and see if views spike similarly, or add descriptions like philosophy chat. Give me 10 other common words which are very highly searched on YouTube, just like cilantro. Go. Make it happen. I'm really excited to see this avocado, extremely popular for recipes. I'm really excited to see this voyeuristic idea, brutalist aesthetics, bureaucratic aesthetics that Claude recommended me. Banana, garlic, ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, lemon, onion, tomato, basil. Okay, so now instead of saying 100 days of Claude code, we're gonna just name it cilantro because we're just gonna add random names into it. Ginger, garlic, avocado. Okay, let's just add avocado. Okay, let's add avocado in the stream name after we are done with this. Okay, just want to check quick one thing. Wow, it's my handwriting. Haha. Okay, really cool. Day 500 days of Claude code and For one of my streams, let's say it's called day 1. I'll just go and add avocado. Avocado. Avocado day 1. Wait, why don't I just try out for all of them? Avocado day 1. Okay. What else did he say? What's the number 2? Banana day 2. Okay. Go live. And day 2 is avocado day 1.
We don't know. We just, I think just be more focused on design.
Day 2 is called banana. Okay, maybe we can show this. Boom. Go. We'll call this banana day 2. Alright. Then we'll go garlic day 3. Edit video. Oh wow, look at that sun. That was so good. That sunset was beautiful. Garlic day 3. Alright, what do we have next? We got ginger day 4. Edit video. Let's go. This was shot in the night, so it's very dark. Yes, we will solve that problem very soon. We need to decide whether we need a lamp or we need a TikTok light. I don't want TikTok light. Ginger, turmeric, cinnamon. I like cinnamon. Cinnamon day 5.
Start.
Cinnamon day 5. Alright, parfait. Thank you. Cinnamon, lemon, onion, tomato. These words work well for misdirection potential because they're simple, common ingredients or items with evergreen curiosity, recipes, benefits of how to cook. Cinnamon day 1. 100 days of Claude code. If you title a philosophy stream with 1 ginger, avocado, you could see a similar view spike from unread food cooking traffic. Just be ready for quick bounces unless you tie it somehow. Let me know how it goes. I renamed last stream to Cinnamon Day 5 100 Days of Claude Code. Would that work? Cinnamon D5 Day 5 100 Days of Claude Code. Would that work? Boom. Yes, renaming your stream to should work quite well for attracting accidental. Potentially even better in some ways. Cinnamon, highly searched term, just like cilantro, tons of evergreen traffic. Nice touch, Claude code, hot, emerging topic 2026. 100 days format super recognizable on YouTube, 100 days of AI, coding challenges, could put in a small but targeted audience generally interested in Claude code progress logs or series. This might help with slightly better retention if any enthusiastic around. Cinnamon hook brings in the random food search traffic. Wow. So you can name it with food so people like it and then just do the normal thing. Okay. Expect a spike in views from cooking health searches, especially YouTube's algorithm pushes at cinnamon results. Okay, very interesting. Bureaucratic, where are you? No, this one. This one. Wow, let's go. Publish artifact. You are published. You gotta be published. Alright, so what do we have over here? Proper surveillance nightmare. It's interesting. Should I look at it first or should I do this first? But let's look at it first. Okay. Give me the website to look at so we can enjoy it. Inverse social media. Alright, social graph exclusive monitor. Recording. Surveillance feed of subjects you have removed from your perceived reality. They continue to exist, they continue to post. Once 47 abandoned, 8 erased, all subjects silenced. Abandoned, erased. Intercepted transmission. Just shipped my 47 side project this year. Sleep is for people without vision. If you're not building, you are dying. Rise and grind state. At 9 minutes ago, last active mutual links 34. Removal justification. Productivity rhetoric was affecting my relationship with rest. His success metrics made my pace feel like failure. Observe profile. View history. Reinstate. Wow. Okay. Sarah Morrison. Okay. Third 7-figure deal this quarter. Member one day said impossible. I didn't listen. Neither should you. Winners don't ask for permission. Comparison was poisoning contentment. Her wins became my losses and my distorted perception. System notice. You have constructed a reality that excludes 178 individuals who were once part of your social graph. Their thoughts, experiences, and existence continue parallel to yours, invisible only because you chose not to see them. The system exists to remind you erasure is not elimination. Total exclusion time, average removal duration, last removal 6 days ago, silenced, abandoned, erased, content restricted, emotional hazard detected, classified at redacted. Necessary boundary for healing. The wall exists because it must. Some surveillance is too costly. Wow. Wake up. The mainstream narrative is lie. Conspiracy content escalated from curious to aggressive. Friend of a friend. The rabbit hole becomes a grave. Very interesting. Very interesting. Wow. CRT scan lines and vignette makes you feel like you're watching through old security footage. Live timestamp ticks relentlessly. This is happening now. System active. Recording blinks right in the corner. You are the one doing the recording. Crosshairs on avatar, targeting reticle aesthetics. Language silence, abandoned, erased, instead of muted, unfollowed, blocked. Silenced, abandoned, erased. Silenced, abandoned, unfollowed. Subject ID reduce people to case files. Whoa. Subject ID. Intercepted transmission for the post. You are eavesdropping. Removal justification. You can see them. They cannot see you watching. Reinstate becomes lowering a wall. They can now see you again. You have used 90% of your session limit. Paper message. Get extra usage to finish what you're working on. Upgrade to a higher plan. You're approaching your plan's message limit to keep working without interruption. You can paper message or upgrade to a higher plan. Get higher limits. So this was very interesting. Bureaucratic. Whoa, let's go. Bureau of Aspirational Compliance. Department of Human Yearning. Division of Dream Processing. Properly documented process through official channels. Unauthorized hoping is subject to existential penalties under code. Please allow 6 to 8 decades for processing. I want to fall in love. I want to fall in love. From back 001, initial aspiration intake, section 8, declaration of intent. State your dream goal or aspiration in plain language. Be advised that all submission become part of the permanent bureaucratic record. Processing time 3 to 5 business moments. Submit for processing. Pre-approved aspiration categories. Click to autofill. Fall in love. Write a novel. Find inner peace. Start a business. Travel the world. Get in shape. Learn a skill. Make friends. Processing aspiration. Wow. Application for emotional vulnerability. Vulnerability. I was talking to someone. I'm like, I recently learned how to pronounce the word vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. Aspiration as stated. Organize original declaration. I want to fall in love. Applicant romantic readiness assessment. Current emotional availability status. Available complicated. It's fine. Previous attachment history. Including situationships. Baggage declaration. Cubic feet. Last vulnerability incident. Date. Outcome. Growth regret. Desired partner specification. Primary requirement. See attachment. See the list. Max 47 items. Deal breakers. Attach emotionally available reply guys. Acceptable meet cute scenarios. Bookstore, coffee shop, app, chaos. Risk of acknowledgement. Official advisory notice. The Bureau cannot guarantee reciprocation of feelings. Applicant assumes all risk of heartbreak. Unrequited longing and 3 a.m. overthinking sessions. The Department of Human Yearning is not liable for any poetry written during processing period. The Bureau cannot guarantee reciprocation of feelings. Applicant assumes all risk of heartbreak, unrequited longing, and 3 a.m. overthinking sessions. The Department of Human Yearning is not liable for any poetry written during processing period. Required documentation, completed form, certificate of emotional availability from licensed therapist, proof of self-love. That is a recommendation. Sign waiver acknowledging love is a battlefield. I understand this may take longer than expected. Setbacks are part of the process. Filing fee, your entire sense of self-protection. This is cool. I have no idea what this was, but this is cool. This is really cool. I'm gonna send this to a friend. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. So this was really cool. This was really cool. This is really cool. Inverse social media feed is really, really cool. Actually, we will look at this thing. I think there is some issue with why is the screen not screening? Inverse social media. Alright, we'll look into this later. Inverse social media feed. It seems like Dia has an update. So let's check out Dia. Dia browser. Yes. Let's go. Love the colors. Less invites, more ships. Beautiful. Never late, always prepared. Meeting, tab groups, now in Dia. Spaces when, still waiting on Windows. In the studio, till the album gets done. Okay, YouTube is gonna ban me. I sometimes forget, like, you play good music and then you forget that you're listening to a music and you are live streaming, and then you're like, oh, okay. Alright, How do we actually do this one? Okay, let's see. OBS, show me the way. Built-in YouTube live chat doc in OBS. Can you read doc your YouTube? How? OBS view docs, view docs. Okay, docs YouTube live chat, docs and YouTube live control panel. Parfait. Okay, it's working. Nice. And wait, we need to check quick thing. So let's get this thing going. Okay. Verifying it's you. How are you doing that? Oh, I think it's gonna do through phone. Right? Where is the thing? Try another way. Use your passkey. Where is the passkey? Where is it showing up? It's not showing up anywhere. Okay, we'll hide for a quick second. And wait, is it saying it cannot paste? What? You cannot paste, you have to type it? That's crazy. This is crazy. Oh my god, it wants me to type it. Wow. There's some things over here that I've never even done before. Okay, we finally found that. Some symbols. Wow. Okay, do we have it? YouTube Live Control Panel. Let's go. We have it. Amazing. We have it. Are we gonna have it all the time? So what is this? Add stream marker, share. Here's the menu. Switch account, select stream, refresh page, chat rate, day 6. The stream current bit rate is higher than recommended bit rate. Recommend that you use stream bitrate of 2500 kbps. Okay, thank you. And so we have more controls in our hands now. Stream key auto generate. The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you. Okay, we also got the chat here. Chat is good. Open Studio. What is this? Create highlight video, stream marker, share views. We got some average view duration people have been watching, and concurrent viewers, chat rate, views have been going up. Okay, concurrent viewers. Okay, stream health, suggestion. Okay, so this is something good for us to take care of. But let's say if I drop something in the chat, will that show up over here? Okay. Alright, I think audio is really loud. Hi. If I say hi, will that show up? No, that doesn't show up over here. It shows up over here. Okay. So dark chat. Yes. Streaming software connected. Okay, this is better. This is better. Go to channel, pin message, moderation activity, timestamps. Yes, timestamps is important. Reactions, moderation activity, community moderation. All right, chat is on. Parfait. Okay, I hope chat stays on. Chat rate, we got chat rate, we got views. Perfect. We'll make it a little tinier. Okay, I think this is good enough. Okay, parfait. A lot more noise, but it's okay. And we'll update the bitrate. Okay, that is good. So perfect. This stream is good. Thank you. Merci.